Big family, right? Okay, thanks for coming, guys. Okay, so always build a relationship with the audience. Okay, so body language. So the golden rule is always be relaxed and genuine. So always be yourself, be authentic. You don't have to try to act too. Just be authentic, okay? So body language. Remain eye contact with the whole audience. So try to scan the room. You don't want to focus on one area. Expressions, posture, movements. Those are important. Use gestures with your hands. And smile, always smile. It makes everybody smile too, right? All right. Okay, so a natural part of communication is body language. So it clarifies meaning. It uses, prevents nervousness through body language. It maintains the audience's attention, and it emphasizes and regulates what you're trying to focus on. So focusing on body language. Okay, so positive body language. So like I said, keep eye contact with the audience. Don't forget to smile, be friendly, raise your eyebrows, show surprise, open your eyes wide, squint, it's up to you. So always give some kind of expression, okay? Posture is important, stand straight and relaxed, but don't stand like slouch or lead. Movement is important, so make sure you space yourself. You don't want to stand right in front of the board, or you don't want to stand like this and talk, or like this. Make sure you want to space yourselves out, and posture is very important. Okay, so we are gonna move on. Oh, negative body language. So try your best to maintain eye contact, but you don't want to stare into somebody's eyes and get lost. You know what I mean? Alright, so don't stare blankly. Look around, and you can read everyone's have eye contact. Okay. Try to keep looking to a minimum. I have a problem with that myself, but try your best to just glance at it and talk. Glance and talk. Nobody wants to stand there and read from the PowerPoint. It makes you look. It looks better with just glance, and I'm working on it myself. So, don't sway. A lot of people like to do this. Don't do that. What I like to do with my hands, if I'm not talking, I like to hold it like this. It looks professional, and it looks, good. Don't put your hands in your pocket. Don't do this. Don't play with your hair or do any of those things. Okay. This is always good. All right. Okay. And now. I think Shayna is going to take over with appropriate voice and pronunciation.
Yeah. So voice, as in tone of voice, and pronunciation are both very important in order to effectively communicate your presentation. Our studies that we looked at showed that incorrect pronunciation is perhaps the first cause of communication breakdown within presentations. Mispronunciation also tires the listener's ear, and he or she will perhaps stop trying to understand the speaker at all because it's so tiring. So there are two important aspects of pronunciation of individual words, which is word stress and the phonemes. So that's actually saying the rural. So we put these words up here because apparently these are the most mispronounced words in the American language. Does anyone want to try a hard one?
I think let's have. Who's quiet? I think she wants to.
Okay.
You can read this one right here.
The movie title?
Yeah.
The Rural Juror?
Oh, that was very good.
Thank you.
Very good pronunciation.
Okay, you want to go next?
Yeah, just read one of them.
Yeah.
Pistol.
Nice.
Oh, you guys are good.
Yeah.
Anybody in the back?
Someone want to try this one?
Yeah, you can say.
Whoops.
Oh,
no.
Worcestershire.
apparently it's Worcestershire. Worcestershire. It's a sauce.
I think it's a place too. It could be a place too.
I know what it's sauce. Okay.
Okay.
Good job, guys. You guys
Yeah,
are
yeah,
already good at pronunciation. Oh, really? Nice. So
Okay.
You said that you practiced. One of the best ways to ensure correct pronunciation in your presentation is to practice beforehand, of course. Make sure you know what you're saying, what you're talking about. So, voice and the qualities of the voice should be used to its fullest. Qualities would include loudness, so you all can hear me. Speed, you don't want to talk too fast or talk too slow because then people might lose interest, you may not be able to keep up, or you're too slow and you're going to put them to sleep. Variety and pitch, so using high tones or low tones to include dynamic in your sentences so people listen, it's more interesting that way. Silent moments or pauses to let a moment land, right? So the voice is important, to summarize. It's important to indicate importance, meaning to create atmosphere and to avoid sounding monotonous. In summary of what we've talked about so far, I'm not going to go too into everything because we just talked about it. Carefully preparing and organizing your presentation are very important. When you're speaking, make sure you remember where you're speaking, who you're speaking to, and why you're speaking, right? A speech with a step-by-step approach is one that is easy to follow. In other words, it's important to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. So, yes. Be careful with the visuals. We talked about visuals, as you saw on our meme PowerPoint. Those might have been too many visuals, right? So be careful. Pronunciate. So practice beforehand. Body language and voice are extremely important. We just talked about that. And now we have another fun game. Yay! Okay. So this is what we call our advertising game. You guys will get into groups because we know how much you love group work, right?
Or we could just be at their table, right?
Or your table.
Okay, so
So I'll explain the rules. We're gonna give you.
Okay, Jessica and Hello.
What's going on?
Can you explain the rules?
I'll explain after you pass everything
Oh,
out.
okay. I gave it to him.
Okay.
What are you guys doing?
This is one of the objects that no one.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna explain the rules of our advertising game.
I did one
You guys all got an object. You have 10 minutes to come up with a sales pitch for your object. It's gonna be like 1 to 2 minutes. We'll have time for a couple groups to come up to the front and use all of the skills that we talked about presenting and presenting yourself, and yeah, have fun with it, be lively, be enthusiastic. You want to buy your product. Yes.
Do we have to stick to it, or can we make it like something imaginary?
Get creative.
Yeah, be creative with
Yeah,
it.
do whatever you want.
Yeah.
you want us to buy your product,
Yeah.
okay? So we'll give you guys a little.
Wait, hold on. Another question?
What if we don't know what our item is?
Make it up.
Creative.
Make it up.
It can be an OT thing.
Yeah.
Be whatever you want.
Make something that's nothing.
I like my outfit.
Oh,
Can we give you guys a couple minutes?
Help him, I guess.
Wait, we're supposed to use a rubric
She has in the
syllabus, right?
yeah. So your object. Do you want me to keep it recording? Do you want me to keep it recording?
Sure.
Yeah. Does it have to be an hour? It did turn off at one point. I don't know how long it was off for. I don't think too long because I was like trying to pay attention. But there might be like a few minutes that are on.
That's fine.
It was when Tori called me out.
We have like how it applies to OT.
I noticed right after.
Okay. We can.